Yo, what's up, guys? So we are about to watch the Honkai Operation Center Chapter 1. It just kind of gives you some information on the prologue. I started watching through this and I just started theorizing about a bunch of stuff, so I figured let's go ahead and record this while I theorize.
Greetings, Captains. Welcome to the Honkai Operation Center. Have you wondered where the Valkyries came from? What are they fighting for? And what exactly does Honkai mean? We will be diving into the history and worldview of Honkai Impact throughout this series. Today is a basic introduction to the prequel of the entire story. Throughout history, the struggle between mankind and nature has never ceased. The Honkaiverse is based on a parallel
Struggle between mankind and nature. So that's very important because these Valkyries, aren't we supposed to be like mechanical? So in this universe, we are fighting against nature and we are the non-nature.
universe that reiterates this conflict, humanity's struggle against the Honkai. But what is the Honkai? We don't know exactly where it's from, but it's a force of chaos that existed from the beginning of time. It wants to destroy human civilization, and when human technology advances, it grows stronger. Honkai have tried to destroy us through creating supernatural disasters, monsters, and plagues, and giving birth to Hershers, godlike beings.
Okay. So this is another question that I have. Giving birth to Hershers. May. So somehow in here, I'm supposed to understand that May, who is on my team and is a good person, was selected by the Honkai to become their god at some time and try to kill humanity, which we are humanity. We are not Honkai.
Who can bend physical laws. In the Honkaiverse, humanity has already established a high-tech global civilization 50,000 years ago. Modern humans refer to this civilization as the previous era. Unfortunately, those high-tech humans in the previous era lost the war and were defeated by the Honkai. The previous era was destroyed, but some humans survived to rebuild human civilization. This brings us to the current era. Of course, Honkai wants to destroy humanity, so they didn't leave us in peace, even in the current era. 2717 BC was the date of the earliest record of the Honkai beast attacks. Fortunately, gifted human warriors such as Ji Xuanyan helped us defeat these early Honkai monsters. But Ji Xuanyan disappeared into the seas after an expedition to defeat.
This is another question I have. So there was a giant Honkai beast. So and these things are somehow linked to technology. So even though these, as our technology increases, so are these things powered. But another question I had is this giant thing right here. She fights it, but then she disappears into the sea. Do we get any more details about that? Is she going to be a playable character?
Defeat the giant Honkai beast Triol. To defend humanity against the Honkai, a religious organization known as the Shicksal rose after the fall of the Roman Empire. Shicksal was led by an overseer, usually a member of the Apocalypse family, who established Shicksal organization.
Okay, this next part really throws me for a loop.
To defend humanity against the Honkai, a religious organization known as the Shicksal rose after the fall of the Roman Empire. Shicksal was led by an overseer, usually a member of the Apocalypse family.
A member of the Apocalypse family? The Apocalypse family? Yeah, who was it again who wanted to destroy humanity? The Honkai? So you tell me that these Apocalypse family members are not related to the Honkai. You tell me that.
Who established Shicksal. It helped create the feudal order by helping various European princes gain power. They also developed crude Honkai-powered weapons and initiated the Honkai Crusades. The feudal armies of Europe fought the Honkai, defeating them in many battles and reclaiming lost lands. To increase its power, Shicksal also recruited and trained its own military.
Who was them?
Its own
Octavia, Victoria. I have not seen them. I don't think these are these playable? Playable Valks?
The Valkyrie Order is the most famous Shicksal fighting force, and a legendary Valkyrie is Kallen of House Kaslana.
Colin. Kaslana, who looks exactly like Kiana, which makes me wonder.
The Kaslanas are a family of knights known for their prowess in fighting the Honkai. Kallen's most powerful weapon is the Oath of Judah, an artifact from the previous era that was very effective against the Honkai. However, many things happened in the year 1470. Honkai created an infectious virus that caused the Great Plague and killed millions throughout Europe. But Shicksal did not focus on treating the plague. Instead, the leaders wanted to dominate the Eurasian continent and
So again, leading back to that theory that I mentioned, the apocalypse people, I think that they probably created this plague. I think they probably created it and then looked away.
The leaders wanted to dominate the Eurasian continent and declared war against the Ming Empire of China. The war ended with Shicksal's defeat in 1475. To pay for the losses, Shicksal increased taxes and took money from the poor.
Another example of them being terrible people.
These bad decisions only made Shicksal even less popular. When Shicksal tried to recover from its defeat, the Great Plague continued to claim lives. Otto Apocalypse, a younger son of Shicksal's ruling dynasty of House Apocalypse, managed to develop a cure in 1475.
Yes, yeah. So I believe that this family created, or maybe possibly this guy right here, Otto, created that virus to kill people and infect people. And then he then supplied the cure. What better for business, right? And what better to be everyone's savior? You create a huge issue and then you solve it. So you look like everybody's savior as long as they don't know that you created the problem in the beginning. This dude just looks evil.
Although he was not the heir to the seat of overseer, Otto's discovery increased his popularity. The deaths of his father and brothers allowed him to become the new overseer.
This is interesting too. How did this brother and father die? I thought that was very interesting. He was not slated to be on the throne, but now he is, and doesn't he look smug about it?
Since then, human technology continued to grow. Everyone thought Honkai was gone, but the first Honkai eruption took place in 1952 and destroyed the entirety of Berlin. The eruption gave birth to the first Herrscher, a powerful godlike being capable of bending physical laws. Shicksal, which has become a rather secretive organization by now, quickly overpowered and captured the Herrscher for research. But Shicksal's scientists failed to find out anything. The first Herrscher was then transferred to a...
This dude is the first Herrscher? Is this from Honkai Impact 1? Or is this an actual character that's in this game somewhere? This guy does not really seem like he knows why he's been brought here. I don't know.
Shicksal lab in London for additional inquiry. It was there that the first Herrscher was given the name Welt by the resident scientists Einstein and Tesla.
Einstein and Tesla?
The scientists and leadership of the North American branch were already very displeased with Otto's militaristic leadership. Some even doubted Otto's willingness to eradicate the Honkai. These differences eventually led to the independence of the entire branch, which renamed themselves Anti-Entropy in 1950.
Oh, Anti-Entropy. So this is what Bronya was in. And so who do we have here? Is this guy this guy? And this guy is this guy? With glasses? This is their glasses uniform? I don't know.
55. Unlike Shicksal, which relied on Valkyries as its elite warriors, Anti-Entropy designed and built Honkai-powered mechs. The second Honkai eruption happened in 2000 and destroyed Siberia and the Russian Far East.
So we use their own mechs against them? Honkai-powered mechs? Isn't that interesting? It almost makes you think that Valkyries are Honkai and that we are using them to destroy themselves.
It turned out that Shicksal were performing many inhumane experiments on Honkai-resistant children. One of them, Siren, awakened and acquired Herrscher powers and proceeded to take
Whoa, okay. She looks pretty awesome.
revenge against those who tested on her and her friends.
You guys ever seen Elfen Lied?
Shicksal mobilized hundreds of Valkyries and depleted its entire arsenal of Honkai fission missiles to defeat this foe. Many Valkyries fell in battle, including Cecilia Shariak, reputedly the best Valkyrie of Shicksal. 14 years later, in 2014, a minor Honkai eruption, referred to as an outbreak, took place in Nagazora. The outbreak wiped out the entire city and transformed many into zombies. The cause was the partial awakening of Mei Raiden, the third Herrscher, due to an implantation.
What? Okay, so this is how Mei becomes the Herrscher. So maybe I'm really confused on this, guys, and maybe I just didn't pay enough attention. But so when they become Herrschers, that's normally when they fight against us, right? Like the Herrschers are typically our enemy. Where we're at in the story, is that right? So Mei becoming a Herrscher mean that even what? No, wait. Yeah, how confused am I here? Did we turn Mei into a hairshare to battle against the Honkai, and the Honkai originally developed hairshare to fight against us? Do I have that right?
Of a Hersher gem. The Nagazora outbreak was contained by Shicksal Far East Branch, led by Teresa Apocalypse. The few survivors of the event, Kiana Kaslana,
Teresa's last name is Apocalypse too, so she's related.
May Raiden, and Bronya Zajcek, were then enrolled in St. Freya High School, a Valkyrie training school built by Teresa Apocalypse after the Second Honkai War. Now we can finally move on to the events in the game itself. Honkai Impact 3rd starts in the year 2016. You are the captain of the flying battleship Hyperion of Shicksal Far East Branch. You will lead Kiana Kaslana, a brash and hot-headed Valkyrie trainee, and her other friends into battle. We hope this provides a basic understanding of the important events and forces of Honkai Universe. The rest of the history will continue in future episodes, following the life of Kiana, Mei, Bronya, and other Valkyries in the Honkaiverse.
Okay, yo, that was pretty insane. I won't lie, that was pretty insane. Definitely interested to see where the story goes, and that's definitely a lot of information for some background there. Was this from Honkai Impact first and second? Like, were those already games, and that's where this stuff happened, or was it all manga? Or what exactly was it? You guys let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys, as always, for making the suggestion so I could watch this and react to it. I am going to go ahead and read the prologue of the manga and fix my subtitles and my cutscenes before I make the new video tomorrow, so look forward to that. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching, and I will see you in the next one.